Hello everyone, I am back today with another video. This is going to be a ranked game on Strategus against Winner. Now I'm sure you all are familiar with who this is. Um, he's not actually Israeli, he's actually American, but very, very high ELO rating, one of the highest on the site, if not the highest. I'm not familiar with what the current site-wide rankings look like. And as you can see there, 8 wins and 10 losses against him, but huge ELO differential means I'm going to get over 20 points if I do happen to win this game, which I wouldn't necessarily expect to be the case because he has definitely improved a lot since we tended to split our games pretty closely. So I would expect him to have the upper hand in this match, but I still think it's possible I could give him a pretty good run for his money. So I guess we'll see how it goes. This setup is a pretty unique one. This is actually a flag bomb setup that I sort of learned from actually playing someone on a ranked game many years ago. So I've used it very sparingly when I felt that I needed to be extra tricky about my flag and my bomb construction. And I built this setup just for this match, but I was kind of thinking to myself, what can I do to, I don't know, just make it unpredictable or kind of, give myself a shot. Because if I just make a standard setup, he's going to see right through it and he's going to bulldoze me. Especially because he knows my play style a lot more than I know his, because he watches all my videos and I I haven't been too involved in the community recently. But so there's a kernel there, which is pretty good to discover for just a scout. I should probably be advancing not on this side, come to think of it. That's actually not a very smart idea. So let me, this is a little bit painful to do, but I think this is a captain. So I'm going to go and bring my major out, and I'm going to, yeah, he's going to scout that, that's whatever. I'm going to cycle these pieces back. I just realized I should not, the strategy is not to attack on this side. Because I don't want to bury, or I don't want to, like, unbury this. I don't want to be drawing pieces out from, like, my flag. I want to do just enough where like I've got stuff here to like guard the flag so that he's not just like running all over me, but I don't want to develop too much. What I'd like to do is draw this kernel back. I'm glad that that wasn't a captain because that gives me the opportunity to do that. I'm going to swing this kernel around a little bit. Provide some extra backup on this side. Okay. So yeah, the idea is that he's going to think one of these is an open flag given my general and my marshal. But I don't want to make it obvious that it could be something over here. So he's going to trade scouts there. I guess I'll move up with that piece. Not really sure what to do. I probably should. What I need to do is bring some of my smaller pieces that I have from over here over this way. So I'm not like digging up this third row. I haven't moved any pieces on this row yet, and I'd like to keep it that way if I can for a little bit. I'll just let that be. If that's the captain, then that's too bad. Okay, well that's just too bad, but oh well. That's pretty good play by him to come with exactly the right piece, and that's a scout, figures. Well, that was a pretty good play by him, just to come down with the captain, just the right piece for that. I want to bring this major over. I'm pretty sure this is a captain. Or I think it is, at least. Could be wrong about that. I guess I've only seen one captain that was on this side before this one just now. But I think this is a captain. But if I come up with a major and take it, then I could very easily lose one major for no compensation. Or I could lose both majors if I take the captain. So I'd rather bring this major around and probably put it in the center, I think. Let me move over with this sergeant, though, just because of this going on here. Let's do that. Okay. Well, I guess I'll do that now. Okay, captain trade. I guess that was more or less to be expected. Now my major is in actually a little bit of danger if this were to be a good piece, but looks like he's not going to try anything, so. I have a feeling this is a piece that's better than... I'm not too worried about this marshal being exposed because he only has one scout left. There's no real reason for him to scout this piece. I think like this maybe is a good piece here. That's my estimation. It could just be a garbage piece. But I don't really know what to make of that. I feel like this is a good piece. Let me scout this, maybe. Interesting, okay. I'm really not sure what's going on here. I feel like this could be something good. Sergeant, okay. Since he wasted a sergeant, I'll waste one of my own, and I'll take a minor for that. Okay. That's alright. Guess I just ended up being up a minor. He's gonna maybe think this is something good, because my captain like moved over in time to prevent his sergeant from accessing this piece. This piece here, rather. But this major's known, that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. I do know this colonel. And I'm sure he hasn't forgotten that major, but I'll move it over just for good measure. I'm going to probably hold off on scouting this piece, just because I don't have a great reason to think it's something good at this point, necessarily. Okay, I'm going to come up with this colonel. I know I shouldn't advance too much on this side, but I have a lot of moved pieces I'd rather not be here. Pick up something cheap before trading maybe would be ideal. Okay, that's fine. See if he trades. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's a bit annoying, but I guess I'll just leave that there. What happens if I come up with this captain? Okay, so he's going to try to do that. Which I don't like very much, because that forces me to kind of retreat, because I'm in his territory. But I guess I will, because I don't have anything better to do, and I don't want my colonel to get trapped against the bomb. I feel like this piece has got to... I feel like at one point or another during this game, he's going to put like a good piece in front of like a lesser piece. Like he's pretending this is like a sergeant or something like that, but it might not be. Never know. Okay, I guess I'm going to scout this because I'm not sure what else to do at this point, and I'd like to advance on this left side a little bit. Maybe instead of just scouting it, I'll just come up with the scout, perhaps. Interesting, I'm not sure what he's doing. He's bringing all sorts of pieces over here. Okay, interesting. Huh. Okay, well, I'll trade. That's fine with me. Okay, that's fine. That was an odd... Maybe he wanted to, like, guard this piece being maybe scouted, maybe, is why he didn't want to trade. Is this captain known? That could be a major, because I don't know any majors of his. So I'm down a lieutenant, and I'm up a sergeant. And I know that this is a captain, and that's it. Okay, let me move this up and see what he does. We'll probably just take it with like a lieutenant or something like that. Yeah, okay. Well, that wasn't too surprising. I just feel like this wasn't worth like scouting or anything. Let me come up with a lieutenant and see. It could very well be a major. I just can't. I can't go down 2 lieutenants though. I'm never going to get it back against someone like him. That's the problem here. I would feel inclined to attack this piece, even though it's pretty suspiciously placed. But I feel like he's just more aggressive if he has like a well-placed power piece like that. Huh. Okay, so I know that this is a mystery piece, and this is a captain. This is either like garbage, or it's like a colonel or a general, or a marshal. And I don't know why I have this feeling that he's gonna like do something like that, where he's pretending to guard like a trash piece. Like, with a captain that turns out to be good. But I'm not really sure what to do here. I mean, I could just come up with a sergeant, but I'm kind of just asking to lose it, but I guess I can do that. And this is a lieutenant, by the way. Don't want to forget that. Although, knowing me, I'm probably going to forget that, but we'll try not to. Lieutenant. Let me come up with this minor. I am up a minor and a sergeant. And a scout. That doesn't really matter that much. So, captain, lieutenant, the only pieces I know. I'm fine to leave this side alone here. I really want to attack that. But I can't bring myself to do that. I don't think this is a good piece, but I really just can't risk it. Alright, well, that's pretty annoying. That's basically worst case scenario, probably. Oh well. I mean, I guess I should have just listened to my gut, but it's just so hard to take that risk. I'm going to try to bluff this lieutenant as something good, although I think he's going to think it's the general. Which would make sense. But that sergeant was just really well situated to grab that minor, and then, of course, I have to take it with the major. I mean, he's gonna probably attack down anyway. But what a shame. Let me come up with my colonel on this right side here. I'm thinking he might have like a major in place. Okay, I'm gonna be assertive with this piece, and I'm gonna try to like buy myself room to like move one of these majors out. Actually, all my majors are known, come to think of it. All 3 of these. Because that was attacked by the sergeant. This I just took that sergeant with, and then this one was scouted pretty early on, I think. Or at least he knows it's a decent piece because he ran away with his captain from it and we traded captains. Okay, I mean, he does know that's a major. So if that's like a major and he just takes my lieutenant, that's unfortunate. I didn't really think about that. Oh, okay, so I see what this is going to be a good piece, as I suspected. Yeah, Colonel. Okay. I mean, that's a better outcome than it could have been. Um, it could have been worse. So I'm not super not okay with that, to be honest. I would prefer that, which gave me info, than that he takes it with the major and I just lose lieutenant. Because at least now I'm up something being that captain. And I am down a major and I am down lieutenants. But so I know his colonel here. And of course this is his lieutenant. Or wait, no, it's this one. This is the lieutenant, and this was the piece that ran away from my lieutenant here. This is the lieutenant. And these three have all moved, of course. I would absolutely hate if this was like his general and his spy just sitting here. I want to pretend like it's a weak piece so that he hits it with like a major or something. Okay, well that's a total waste, but whatever. That's unfortunate. I was hoping to get something. Of course, I was hoping to get a little bit more off of that. Interesting. Let me see if I threaten this colonel what happens. I'm thinking about scouting one of these two pieces, but I don't know if that's really worth it. Of course, this is the lieutenant. I don't know these. I feel like this is something good. He's been covering this up the whole game. Interesting. I guess I'll just leave that there. I don't have anything else to say about that, I guess. I assume this is a garbage piece, but maybe it's a back row major or something, trying to be sneaky. This is a piece that maybe could be good if this one isn't, because he was acting like it could be either one of these. I think this was the original one that he bluffed when he had the sergeant for accompaniment down here. So maybe the highest probability is that it's this one. So I know Colonel, Lieutenant, moved, don't really have a clue on either of these. I think this is moved. Pretty sure. Definitely moved. This one may be good. This one, really no idea, just came from the corner. These two, don't know what to think. This one's probably good. I feel like one of these is just a lieutenant and then the other is like a garbage piece. I don't think he actually has anything like that's really good here. But I really want to scout it anyway, but I think the real good piece is probably this one, so it's not really even worth it. I just don't really have any... Let me just try to pressure this colonel and see what happens. Just gonna say, I don't really have any, like, path here. That's a lieutenant, I know that. Hopefully this is a garbage piece and he just like wastes it or something. Let's do that. Okay, well at least I have a lieutenant pinned. Kind of swinging this sergeant around, see what it can do. He believed that a lot more than I thought he would. Oh, well apparently that's not his lieutenant, and I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Well, maybe this is the lieutenant. I don't know where that lieutenant went that it wasn't that piece. Every time I say I'm going to remember something, and it does not pan out that way. Okay. So this is a piece I thought could be good. I really just want that lieutenant. There we go. Okay. One way or another, I got the lieutenant. I don't even know if that was the same lieutenant or not. Basically have no idea, but I got something, so we'll take it. Now, if I could find a good piece with this sergeant, that would be pretty nice, I think. I guess technically I gave up an opportunity to find his last scout, but he definitely thinks this is good. And maybe he'll take it. If it's good. Oh man, come on. Oh, that's no fun. No fun at all, man. Well, here's the thing. I guess he's gonna run away with that lieutenant. Okay, well that's his colonel, right? Yeah, that's his colonel. And that's a scout. Man, that's no fun that he took that with his lieutenant. No fun at all. I was hoping that'd be something good. It's really just he's been throwing a lot of bluffs at me. Nothing really direct, really. Um this is unknown. This is his colonel, right? Yeah, that's his colonel. So there's no real use for me to take this piece. I was just thinking, like, to simplify the situation, if I give up my last captain and he's no longer up a lieutenant, then he's just up a major, and then I'm up a sergeant and a minor. But I don't really know what that means today, but maybe that implies a loss. Yeah, I guess that would imply a loss. I don't really... thank you. Yeah, anyway. Because there's definitely something to be said about how, like, I might not get an opportunity to, like, even take the lieutenant with my captain. And this captain's known. I don't know, I just don't think that's smart. I don't think I need to do that, because he doesn't have much information. I mixed up all my known info and kept trying to trade and hitting the piece one higher. Sorry to hear that. I have no idea what he's talking about in terms of, like, what game that is, but that's interesting. Oh, man. Okay. Well, I know his last scout at least, so that's cool. I guess I'm going to do that with my general. And now his scout is going to come into play here. Okay, that's fine with me, I guess. I think this general's a little bit obvious at this point. But I'm not going to let this scout in. And I'd like to trade it if I can. I think, even. So I'm going to move this piece. So this piece is moved in unknown. None of these pieces I thought were good ended up being good. This is a lieutenant. This is a scout. I don't know what these two are. I think this is something decent. I do need to be wary about like random Lieutenant Lotto. Not that I think he would have a great reason to do that, but that could be pretty devastating for this side here. I'm just gonna not allow that scout in, like, at all. He knows that major, but I'm gonna just pretend like that no matter what, I'm not gonna let him scout anything. I'm going to move up with this scout, and I want to maintain the idea that this could be something good. But I'd like to trade scouts with this one here, if I can, with this piece. Don't know what this is here. So this is his lieutenant. And that's his scout. And this is a moved unknown piece right here. Okay, so this was my back row scout that I want to pass off. So this is his scout here then. And I'm going to bring this major over to this right side, even though it's known. I want to put the scout behind it, put the major right here just to not allow entry. I think this piece has got to be something good. He has not allowed me to scout it or to do anything with it at any point. Okay. Well, that's fine. I was going to say, now he opens it up, but that's because he probably knows this is a major. Okay, so this piece came from here. I was going to say, this could potentially be worth scouting, this piece here, but it could also just be like any random minor or whatever else he has. Lieutenant here, scout here. Ooh, okay. He's going to get aggressive with that lieutenant. I really do not have many pieces left. Okay, that's his scout, so I will be happy to trade that if he moves it over one. Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. Get that off the board. And that leaves me with my one scout advantage here. What does he do if I do that? Cover it up? Nothing. Okay, well I think this is his lieutenant if I haven't lost it. I'm going to go ahead and... But see, then my marshal becomes a little bit obvious, I feel like. So, I don't know if I want to do that. I'm going to come up with the marshal, I guess. I want to act like it's not a very important piece. That's the lieutenant here. Hoping he just doesn't hit it, because he does know this captain. What happens if I get aggressive here? That piece I already know has moved. Okay. Very interesting. Very, very interesting here. I'm gonna come back with this lieutenant here. Okay. Guess I'll retreat on that. What's this piece? Oh, just a lieutenant. What a waste. He already knows that bomb, too. Alright. That's a bummer of a piece to waste my last scout on, but that's okay. Sitting there all inconspicuous, hasn't been scouted in forever. Figured it might be something good. It's too bad. So, lieutenant and lieutenant. I hope he doesn't hit that marshal. It wouldn't, unless he thinks it's a marshal or general, it wouldn't make much sense for him to do that. But you never know, I guess. Ooh, that's scary. I guess I have to move my spy. I don't have anything else to do here. Okay. At least I warded him off, I guess. So this is probably a good piece. I don't know any of his majors. Something's got to be a major eventually. And the moment I try to take a risk based on that, it's going to be like a general or something. He knows this lieutenant, doesn't he? Okay, maybe not. I don't know. Well, don't have too much else to do here. All I know is this is the lieutenant, and this is a lieutenant. I don't think any of these three have moved or anything in the back row. He probably has an open flag, if I had to guess. Because he tends to like to do that in these sorts of games. I'm going to go back and see what he does. I'm going to do that. Oh, what a waste. I hope there's... Well, no, all I'm going to get is just a lieutenant. Man, I was hoping there'd be something good there, but not yet. He's been so passive with all of his good pieces. I figured... I mean, there's nothing except maybe this piece, but there's just nothing there. I got a minor and a lieutenant, I guess, but... I mean, technically... I'm down a major, up a captain, sergeant, and 2 minors, but I mean, with that info I just gave up there, I don't know about that. Okay, well, that's interesting. Just leaving that lieutenant there. I think I'd be a bit surprised if this was the spy, because it moved pretty well near in front of what could have been a lot of scouts here for quite some time. It actually covered this piece up. I'll take this. Oh wow, a major in exchange for, what is that? His general! Oh my goodness. Yes. That's incredible. I'm straight up actually winning now. And I know his general. He must have thought my lieutenant was my general or something. He's running away from it with his major. That's odd. I'm not sure what to make of that, honestly. Okay, this is good. Because now my spy can blunt anything. Wow. Yeah, well, I wouldn't say you've lost yet, but that was a memory error, because that lieutenant was, I don't know if that lieutenant was known, but it was, you definitely knew enough about it to know it wasn't my general. I can at least say that. I'll have to watch over again to see if it was actually a known piece or not. But very interesting. Yeah, I mean, the play there is just to attack the lieutenant with the major. You can't let my marshal have that major like that. And at the very least, you have to, like, feign some coverage, move this, pretend it's the spy, maybe. I might have just risked it and hit the general anyway, because I thought this was probably a good piece. At least I finally found something that's good. But, yeah, definitely a frustrating series of events for him, because he's really done everything right in this game. He's concealed his info very well. But it just looks like I somehow got lucky or something of that sort. So now the question is, where is his marshal? That's the real question. And I don't want to throw away the major advantage that I just gained to find that out. Or not major advantage, I just equalized on majors, and I don't want to throw that away in trying to find the marshal. I can't just go kamikaze, because then he is up a major, and I will be up a captain, but I'll be down a lieutenant, up a sergeant, up 2 minors. That's a pretty tough endgame to win. That's 50-50 at best. So if I do go kamikaze with one of my majors, I want it to be in a situation where I can at least stand to gain another piece, like, from that. So these 3 pieces are the only 3 that have moved. That's the piece that he left sitting, like, he left his lieutenant sitting there. But I'm going to move back on that, because this could very well be the marshal too. I don't trust it. I don't know what to do, but I don't feel like I can do that. Okay, I guess I'll come up with this major then. This might be one of those places. I was going to say, if this was the marshal and he moved next to my major, I might take, because if it's not the marshal, then I can kind of go crazy with my general. But tough to say. Okay, so there's this piece. Let me do this. I'm going to do this, actually. I'm thinking the marshal's home, guarding. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, so this piece I've been suspicious of for a long time. Let me threaten this with a captain. Okay. I feel like this could very well be the marshal here. Could also be the spy, and I don't remember which. Well, let me come out with this piece, because I can afford to use a minor. Let me do that. What is this piece? Okay. Marshal, figured that. Okay. Alright, so I've got my... I see. Okay, so he's going to come down with his major and try to terrorize me now, which is fair. So now I just kind of have to hope he doesn't lotto the flag, to be quite honest. Interesting. Okay. I was gonna say, I feel like this is not the... I feel like this is not the major. I feel like it's got to be this one that he snuck by, because that just makes a lot more sense. Let me threaten this, see if I can confirm that. Okay, good. Okay, so this is the major then. Okay, interesting. Should I go attack this spy then, I guess? Is that really worth it? I don't really see what that does. I think it's okay to take this spy. I don't think he's going to be able to do anything here. Okay. I mean, I think I'm generally okay unless he lottos the flag here. I guess I'll do that. Okay, right. So he's going to trap that sergeant. Okay, go ahead and take that spy, that's fine. Okay, let's see. What should I do here? I think I need to move this sergeant up. And I need to move this over, I think. And I think I need to try to trap this lieutenant here. He's got to swing his major all the way around to be able to attack the spy. It might just be worth it for him just to take. Okay, interesting. So what's he going to do here? So what does he do if I do that? Okay, so I'll come over with my major then and try to trap it. And now I'll just run this way. And I think I have, yeah, I'm good to go here. Because then I move over. So I'll go ahead and trade this. And then come back here. Okay. I guess I'll take that. Minor. Excellent. Okay. I guess I'll just let him trade if he wants. Okay. Oh boy. Hopefully he doesn't go for the real flag. Ugh. Wow. So I guess he knew exactly what I was doing with that then. Fair enough. Just went right for it. He definitely knew exactly what was going on. Well done. There's nothing else to say about that, but he knew exactly where the flag was and he got it. Huh, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I guess, like, based on him going directly for that, I must have played this against him at some point in the past. Yeah, good game. I mean, we played pretty evenly. I was pretty happy with how I played in that game. It's unfortunate that he remembered the flag, me having done that once before, which I don't recall, but we've played lots of games, and many I forget, and he has a much better memory than I do. Disappointing to lose that way, but I was pretty happy with that game overall. Either way shows that I can play a pretty solid game against definitely one of the better players on the site, even if he wasn't too happy with how he played. But happy with that overall. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.